Hello again, everyone. In our session for today, we're going to perform another MST board problem, and this is actually our board problem number 27. Our board problem number 27 is actually about binomial expansion, finding the unknown term. But by this time, during our calculation, we're not going to use any formula, but an improvised technique that we have. Basically, it is actually a pattern. And now, this is actually our given board problem. In the expansion of 2x squared minus 5yz raised to the third power, open and close parentheses, raised to the eighth power, we need to determine the sixth term. Now, how do we solve for the sixth term in this given expansion of binomial? The first thing I'm going to do in order to solve for the sixth term is that I am going to draw an horizontal line, meaning there will be a numerator and a denominator. Or simply saying, I'm going to draw a fraction symbol. Finally, this is now our fraction symbol. But what will I write with our numerator? Take a look at the exponent of our binomial. Whatever is the exponent given in our binomial expansion, it should be the one that we're going to write at the numerator. But take note of that, it should be written in factorial form. That is why I'm going to write 8 factorial for our numerator. After writing the 8 factorial as our numerator, then what will be the next procedure? Take a look at our unknown term. Our unknown term is sixth term. Definitely, or we must always do that we have to subtract 1 always to the term that we're looking for. Since we're looking for the sixth term, and that is 6, deduct of 1 or minus 1, it will be 5. Meaning to say, I'm going to write 5 factorial as a part of our denominator. But still, there is another number in a form of factorial notation that is needed to be multiplied by factorial. In order to solve for that or obtain for that number in a form of factorial notation, we need to subtract 5 from the exponent of our binomial. Basically, that is simply 8 minus 5, so that we can obtain 3. And now, definitely, the number that we need in a form of factorial notation is 3 factorial. So I read it again. 6 term is equal to 8 factorial all over 5 factorial times 3 factorial. Then what would be our next procedure? Our next procedure is by multiplying 8 factorial all over 5 factorial, 3 factorial to the first term and the last term of our given binomial. Basically, we can do it this way, multiplying 2x squared and negative 5y z cubed to our given written expression in finding the sixth term. And now as we can see, our sixth term now is equal to 8 factorial all over 5 factorial 3 factorial to be multiplied by 2x squared, and of course to be multiplied also by negative 5yz cubed. But our solution is not yet complete. There are still missing the exponent of 2x squared and the exponent of negative 5yz cubed. What do you think are their exponents? If you will take a look at our denominator, the denominator of 8 factorial, we have 5 factorial and 3 factorial in sequence. In our denominator, the first that is written is 5. and the second is 3 factorial. When it comes to our factors 2x squared and negative 5yz to the cube, there will be a twist. Instead of writing it in a sequence of 5 and 3, we can write them in this sequence, 3 and 5. 3 will be the exponent of 2x squared, while 5 will be the exponent of negative 5yz cubed. And now that we have already completed the solution process, let us now simplify our given solution. And then again, let me try to draw a straight horizontal line. And then on top of it, I'm going to write the value of 8 factorial, meaning 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And for our denominator, the 5 factorial, that can be written also as 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. For the other part of our denominator, which is 3 factorial can be written as 3 times 2 times 1. If we will try to observe, we can then now cancel 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 at the numerator and of course at the denominator. Let us now cancel those things. And then afterward, let us proceed to the part of our solution process. The 2x squared that is raised to the third power, we need to simplify it. 2x squared raised to the third power can be simplified as, I think the value for this is 8x to the 6th power, considering the power of power ruling in the laws of positive integer exponents. But how about negative 5yz cubed raised to the third power? How do we simplify this? I guess our answer to this, after using our calculator, we can easily obtain the result of negative 3125 y to the 5th power z to the 15 as exponent. 8 times 7 times 6 is simply equal to 336. So let us write it now as our numerator. And for our denominator, we have 3 times 2 times 1. I think that's a product of 6. And let us now multiply and have the product of 8x to the 6 times negative 3125 y to the 5th z to the 15th power. I guess our result to this is negative 25,000 x to the 6 y to the 5th z to the 15. Simplifying it, our answer is negative 14 million x to the 6 y to the 5th z to the 15 power. Thank you very much and God bless us all.